Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So if you guys followed me on installing this Minisplit last year, this is an AUX or a Yitahome made by AUX Minisplit. So recently I've been using it for the last year or so when I installed it, but now I'm getting an error, F6 error, which is the ambient temperature sensor over here. So today we're gonna go take a look at it and see what's wrong with this thing. So I first noticed it when I turned this thing on. I saw an F6. Usually I see the temperature and the reading on here, but then when I first turned this on, I saw the F6, so that was an issue. So I started doing some searching on the internet and I discovered it's the ambient air temperature sensor. It also shows on my app as an error that way. So initially when I turned it on, when I saw that error, this thing wasn't running, so I went ahead and power cycled this a couple times just to see and turned it back on. So now it's actually running and cooling. The only problem is not getting the temperature reading from here, or average the indoor and the outdoor temperature to determine the duty cycle and the variable refrigerant flow on this. The first thing I did, I went ahead, checked all my power settings between the power coming in, which is these two, and I was getting perfectly good around 240 volts, which I expected. Then it jumpers over to here, so I measured all of these as well as the 3 signal, which sends the power back into the unit. All of that was looking fine. I don't know what the issue is, so we'll go ahead and open this thing up now and check the board inside. So to troubleshoot, we'll go ahead and take the top off here so we access the PCB board. First thing you want to do is disconnect your power back here, make sure everything is off so you don't run into any issues. Took this thing off. I also found a couple frogs living over here in the corner. I'll leave those guys alone for now, but the main thing I'm going to look for is the ambient temperature sensor goes on right here, and it's this white wire that goes around and then it goes down and then plugs into the main harness down there, as well as along with the blue and the black down there. So it's all one piece. So we'll go ahead and unplug that, test the resistance across it and see what we get. So I popped this thing out just to inspect it and see if there's any damage or any kind of broken wire. I don't really see anything through the clear there. Then I unplugged this thing, but it's also attached to the 2 other sensors that go onto the refrigerant pipe and onto the compressor to measure those temperatures. So I'll go ahead, try to get something in there to test the 2 pins on my 2 things right there, the 2 white ones. That's what I'm more concerned about, but I can test it on there on the back side here with the little terminals right there. All right, so with my multimeter set at 20K on the resistance, I went ahead and measured these, and I did not get a reading on the white, which tells me that that sensor is bad. I tested the blue and the black, which are also temperature sensors, and the blue one, which measures the pipe over here, that one was 15K, and then the black one that measures the compressor itself down there, that was at 12K. So those are within range. So right now we definitely have a bad sensor here, so I'm about to go ahead, find a way to get a replacement sensor for this and then swap it out. So I pushed this thing back to see if I could get into this thing. It's dipped in a hard plastic resin, so this thing is basically sealed in there and encapsulated, so you can't really get in there to see what's in there as far as the sensor go. Alright, so I picked up this sensor right here for air conditioning. I got the one with the little cap on it because I felt like this one was more rugged and durable than the one that just has the regular tip. Hopefully it works. It is a 15K resistor. At 25 degrees Celsius, it should be reading around 15 kilo-ohms. So that's how they go by. So hopefully this works and it's not like a 20 kilo-ohm or whatever it is that's in there. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to go ahead and just cut a little bit of this thing back and solder it. Before I finish the final solder, I'll go ahead, test it to make sure that it's getting the correct readings and that we're not getting the error. Turned it on, the F6 is gone and it's working again, and everything looks like it's starting to run. So this thing does work, so our solution works. So I'm gonna go ahead, solder this up, heat shrink it, and clean this all back up.